Hey guys, what's up? This is Nazardu and you're watching DCS, and today I want to give you my 5 tips for starting on the Enigma server or multiplayer PvP in general. Well, it's more for the Enigma server, but some things translate to other servers too, especially when you go into a PvP environment for the first time. So let's not waste time and start with tip number 1. Connect. Starting with multiplayer, especially in PvP, can be intimidating and also very frustrating at the beginning. The Enigma server is the first DCS and post-World War II PvP server that I went to, and while I was pretty successful on the War Thunder sim mode, the Cold War environment is something else, and I was honestly pretty lost. I was even close to quitting, so I went to the Discord and asked for somebody to teach me. I did get offers from blue and red players, and a short time later I was part of a Vigand wing and had my first successful strike missions. From my point of view, the best thing about multiplayer is not that you play against other people, but to play with other people. So use the Discord of your server, use SRS, or just the in-game chat. Someone will be there to help you getting started. Tip number 2. Have a plan. Planning your strikes. That's something I learned when Trickshot was teaching me flying the Vigand. And in this plane, it is very easy to do this. You have waypoints, you can set a flight plan. But even without those tools, and if you want to go doing cap or helicopter missions, you should know where you want to go. You should decide which sector you want to patrol. Maybe you want to protect airfields or front depots. You should know where you can run for if things get nasty. Where is your home base? Where is SAM cover? What will you do if Overlord calls out a 4-ship wing coming in hot for you? There are a lot of things that you should think about before takeoff, not when your heart is pumping like crazy, because you are about to score your first kill and get multiple merge calls. Know your ingress and egress route, plan your sorties up front, and accept Murphy's Law. Tip number 3. Know your shit. At this point, you maybe want to hear which plane to pick to be successful and rule the server, and yes, I will tell you. Pick whatever you like. You want to be the ground strike ninja doing Mach 1 at treetop level? Take the Vigand. You want to play devil's advocate? Go for the MiG-21, it's fine. You want to throw warheads on foreheads? Go A-10 or Su-25. You want to fly helicopters even though there are servers that give much better helicopter gameplay? Well, just do it. You can even put yourself at disadvantage and fly outdated tech like F-86 or MiG-15, whatever floats your boat. Okay, you can't take a boat, but whatever you pick, make sure you know the ins and outs. And that means offline training. Learn the procedures, the switches, the strengths and the weaknesses of your airframe. There's nothing worse than sitting in your F5, hearing the tone and the Sidewinder won't come off the rail cause you dumped your fuel bag and did forget to put that jettison switch back into the position it has to be. Tip number 4. Worship the Overlord. The Overlord board is something unique to the Enigma server. You can use voice commands or the text-based version via the F10 menu. The latter is really neat when you're playing while your family is asleep. So family dads, leave a like when you know what I am talking about. You should be able to interpret bra calls, so here's a small recap. Overlord will call out the heading where the enemy is relative from your position, the height above ground level, and the direction the enemy has. So if you go north in your F5 1000 feet above ground, and Overlord says your call sign followed by bra 360 15 6000 4-ship fishbat hot fast, that's bad. 2 more things about the use of Overlord. Imagine you follow a boogie and you are in a shooting position, but you are not quite sure what it is. Ask Overlord for a boogie dope. If the next enemy is 40 miles away, better hold your fire. The other thing are merge calls. I made the mistake to assume that merge does mean that you flew past your enemy, like your vectors crossed. So I pulled hard into 180 and almost never found the enemy plane. But in fact, that means that the enemy is close to you and you should search the area that is indicated by heading and height informations. That's a skill that might take some time to master, but it's essential if you want to survive. Enigma has a video about Overlord and the server FAQ has great info, so check that out. At this point I want to say, read the fucking manual. I mean, server FAQ. It's important. Alright, let's come to tip number 5. Try hard to take it easy. I know for some people this shit is really serious. It's a simulation of life and stats are everything and you're just a good person if you are successful and can bash other peoples with their stats. Well, don't go that route. And to be fair here, the Enigma community is really not that way. Those are beautiful and helpful people. You know, video games are there for fun times and you should really maximize your fun time. And that sometimes might mean that the thing that you wanted to do is not the thing that you can do good. So when you came to the server and thought you'd be the cap god and be ace in a day in 30 minutes and the reality is something completely different, maybe you should try something different. Maybe you are better as a ground pounder. Try it out. But always make sure that you're doing something that you really enjoy and don't get frustrated by fallbacks and some minor mistakes you might do. Because you will do a lot of mistakes. And if you don't want to change what you're flying, you should at least learn from them and appreciate the process of getting better and better and better. Because with time, you will be better. I promise you. That's the way. Alright guys, so I thank you for listening to me and I hope you can take something out of this video. If you do so, I would really appreciate a comment, a like or a subscription, and I say thank you for watching. See you on the next one.